Hi everyone. I wanted to make a short video to show you how you can access Schoology, which we are using in elementary schools this year instead of Google Classroom like we did last year. And I'm also going to show you how you can access enVision, which is our math program, through your Schoology account and also through PowerSchool. So right now I am logged in as a student. I'm going to cover the student's name for their privacy. So you might see white boxes on the screen in the video. And I'm pretending like it's my first time or this student's first time ever coming in to Schoology. So you might see pop-up screens if it's your first time in. If you've already been into Schoology with other classes, then some of the pop-ups might not actually come up. So it should say welcome, blank, whatever your name is, and it's going to allow you to customize your Chrome profile. So you can pretty much change the color backgrounds that you see by selecting different colors. And then when you find one that you like, then you can click done. When you're finished with that, you'll notice where my cursor is. This is where your bookmarks go. So everybody in elementary school has a CCPS bookmarks folder up here. When I click on that, it gives me quite a few bookmarks: Clever, Map, Performance Matters, Read Naturally, with Google, and then another Read Naturally, Schoology, and then a School Climate Survey Elementary. The only one that I'm focusing on today is Schoology. So that's going to be where you go to access any assignments if you are home. Whenever you click on Schoology, it's going to prompt you to choose an account. Make sure, even though this one is covered up, make sure you're choosing your account that says your username at ccps.org. I know some students might be using their own laptops or their own Chromebooks, so you might have another account that's hooked up. In order for you to get into Schoology, you have to make sure that you are in your CCPS account. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. Okay, so once I'm in Schoology, this is like the home page. You'll see that a teacher here has already put posts up for students to see. Over on the right, you're going to see upcoming assignments that you may have. But for now, I'm going to take you to your math course because this video is showing you how to access math. And so to do that, you need to click on this Courses tab at the upper left-hand side of your screen. Your courses may look the same as this student or they may look different, but you'll see different. So the student has art, computer science, music, handwriting, homeroom, information literacy, and here's where the math classroom is. Again, it might look different depending on what your teacher has put in there. So I'm going to go ahead and find mathematics. This is a third grade student that I'm using as an example, so that's why it says Mathematics 3, and I'm going to go ahead and click on that course. Here's one of those pop-ups that I was telling you about. So I'm going to just go ahead and click OK, got it. But if you want to read those pop-ups when they come up on your screen, you certainly can. It's going to show you how to use Schoology and how you can navigate in there. So right now I'm in the Mathematics 3 course. You'll see the section and the teacher's name. So yours may look a little bit different. This teacher has put in folders for each day of the week. So you will see a Monday folder, a Tuesday folder, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And then this teacher has put a little description under here. So on Monday, they had lesson 8.3 for math, and that lesson was mental math addition. And Tuesday, they worked on lesson 8.4, and that was working on mental math subtraction. So these descriptions just tell you what the lesson is. And you'll notice on Thursday, there's a graded assignment there. So that'll be a folder if, a student missed school, maybe you missed school because you were absent, then you want to make sure you do that graded assignment because that is being put into PowerSchool as a grade. Okay, so for our purposes, I'm going to go ahead and click on the Monday folder. So let's say that I was absent on Monday and I need to access my materials. I came to a page, and again, this might look different depending on what your teacher has put in there. But for this math class, the teacher has put today's activities, and then she has listed those activities here. So number 1 says to log into enVision through your PowerSchool account. This is the only way that you can access your enVision math program this year. Last year, we had Google Classroom, and you could just click on a link and it would take you into your assignment. Unfortunately, with Schoology, it's a little bit more challenging. It's just a couple more steps than what you're used to, and that's what I'm going to show you in this video, how you can do that. So this says click here for the PowerSchool link. I will be doing that in a minute. Click here for directions how to find your assignments. This video is actually going to be linked here, so if you need to come back and watch it, you can at any time. And then the teacher here has put complete Monday 9/13 playlist activities in order. So these are the activities that the math teacher has put into enVision that you're going to see in a minute when I log into enVision using the PowerSchool account. You don't need to write down this information. It's there to let you know what's expected of you. You need to watch this video and you need to do these 7 problems in the student workbook. If you have your workbook, you can just use paper and pencil if that's what you prefer and do your work in your student workbook. If you like to work online or you don't have access to your workbook because it's in school and you're at home, then you can use the interactive student edition, and I'll be showing that to you in a minute. Okay, so let's get started with logging in. So I clicked on that PowerSchool link. It's the student and parent sign in for PowerSchool. And you'll see that it's prompting me for my username and password. So your username is going to be whatever you put before the @ccps.org. So usually it's the first 4 letters of your first name, the first 4 letters of your last name, and then 5 numbers after that. So you are not going to put the @ccps.org. Your password is going to be 5 numbers, and then you do need to type in 3 zeros after those numbers. Okay, since this is my first time doing this, it is asking me if it wants me to save the password, and I am going to click save. I don't want to type that in every time, and so by saving that, it will automatically pop up, and all I have to do is click sign in the next time. Okay, so now I'm in PowerSchool. You'll see that it says grades and attendance, and you'll see a lot of different things on the side here. The only thing that I'm going to talk about right now is Pearson courses, which is the last thing on the left-hand side. That's going to be what you need to click to get into enVision. Okay, once you come into enVision, it's going to bring you to a page that looks like this, where it says classes and products. Come over to the right side where you see Savvis Realize. Click on that, and it's going to take you into your math program. So I'm using a 3rd grade example. You're going to see what a 3rd grader would see when they first access enVision. Now, for every grade level, you will see this hello screen. It's going to be there the first time you go into your account for the school year. So it says that it's almost ready for you. Choose your preferred language. You'll notice English is already the default language there. Then it prompts you to pick a profile icon. You can pick whatever picture here you would like to use for your profile icon. So maybe I love video games, and I'm going to click on that one. It'll put a check mark under that. And then you are ready to get started. So you're going to come down here and click Let's Go. You will not see that pop up anymore. It's only the first time you come in. Now, this page is going to look different depending on what grade level you're in, and it's also going to look different depending on what assignments your teacher has given you. So you'll notice that this home is highlighted over here. So right now I'm on the home screen. That's going to be the first screen you come into when you first enter enVision. And any assignments that your teacher has assigned to you will be listed. So you'll see that this teacher has a Monday 9/13 lesson 8-3 assignment, and then a Tuesday and a Wednesday assignment. These might change depending on how your teacher names them. So it might not just say Monday. It might have a different name depending on, again, what your teacher would like you to do. So I'm going to go ahead and click this Monday, September 13th. By the way, I can see that it's not started. So just something for you. It will let you know if you haven't started or if you have an assignment in progress. There's a lot of words up here. There's a start date, there's a due date, there's instructions. But basically, if I scroll down just to make it a little bit easier for you, the assigned work is right here. Here's a number 1, here's a number 2, and that's what you're supposed to do. Now, I am going to scroll up though, because right here that I'm highlighting has the instructions that your teacher may have given you. So this teacher said, watch the visual learning bridge, complete numbers 5, 6, 7, 13, 15, 17, 18 in your student book or the interactive student edition. So this is the same information that you saw. I'm going to click back to Schoology for a minute, that your teacher, or this teacher as an example, put in Schoology. We put the visual learning first so that you could watch the video. You're just going to click on that and the video of the lesson comes up. In this example, the video is only 2 minutes and 2 seconds, I believe. So you would watch this video in its entirety, and then you would do those practice problems. You can see that it's starting the visual learning video.
How can you add with mental math?
I'm going to pause it so you don't have to watch this example, but you could watch the visual learning video there. You'll see that number 1, that step is up here. And now number 2, if I don't have my student workbook, I'm going to go ahead and click on the interactive student edition, which is the online version of your workbook. And I'm just going to quickly show you that it's the same thing. Okay, so it brings up the lesson. If I click next, you'll see the solve and share that every lesson has at the beginning of the lesson. If I click next, you're going to see that visual learning video again. We just put it first so that you could watch that and then open up your student workbook if you have it. But it is also in here if you decide to use the interactive student edition. The Convince Me is there. The guided and independent practice. So you could see that this is the same thing that's on your student workbook. And then the last page is the problem solving that's also in your book. You can complete this online using the tools to the side. You have a draw a pen tool, which allows you can change the size, you can change the color, and then you could write in there, oh, you might not want to pick something that's so thick because it's a little bit harder to see the numbers. So the draw a pen tool is there. There's also a stamp, which let's say I want to use counters. I would just click on that and I can stamp counters if I need those for the problem. There are also place value blocks that you can do. If you mess up, you can click undo and you'll see it's taking away those counters that I just put. While my cursor is moving around, you can still see the counters. If I don't want that anymore, I need to click on the arrow, the pointer tool, so that now if I want to, I could choose another thing. There's text box. So let's say it's easier to type something. I'm not saying that this is the right answer. I'm just going to say that that's what I wanted to type. I can type in there and then I can use the selector tool and move it around where I would like it to go. There are ways that you can add shapes. There's a camera if you want to upload a picture of your work. And there's a trash can. I will warn you that the trash can is going to delete everything on the page, which you don't want to do because you want your teacher to be able to see your work if you are choosing to do it online. So I'm going to hit cancel. I don't want to delete my work. You can either mark it as complete here, or you can turn it in here. But you do need to make sure that you click on that to turn in your work so that your teacher can see what you have done on your own. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, you can reach out to your teacher, and I'm sure they will be happy to help you.